Dehancer is a color grading plugin for DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, and Premiere that you use to elevate your videos. You add it as a finishing effect on your videos to get that film look, as in it makes your footage look less digital by adding film stock emulation, film print, film grain, halation, and bloom. This is not a full tutorial, but I want to showcase how I use it as a beginner.
Hey, Marlene here. So here's the thing. I'm not a pro colorist. I don't film RAW or log. There's no 6K open gate 10-bit footage going on here. I film on a Fujifilm X-T4 with Eterna profile, 8-bit, and also on 1080p. And the reason why I do that is because I'm just on YouTube here trying to make travel video or video about photographies, and I don't need to be complicating things. So, but however, I want my video to look as nice as, for example, the last Peggy Goo video. So I try to make an effort to color grade, but I cannot push the footage as far as a pro colorist will do. So if you are in the same situation that you are a beginner with not the latest or greatest film equipment or camera equipment, and you still want your video to look beautiful, then this is the video for you. And also, you notice that I'm a small channel, so nobody paid me to give glorious reviews about Dehancer, but someone in the marketing team of Dehancer have watched my video and noticed my attempt at color grading and liked it and decided to send me the product for review. So I'm really grateful for Dehancer to give me this opportunity to review the software, because it shows like you don't need to be like a big YouTuber or anything to get some brand deals. So I like this to work with this kind of brands who actually encourage small creator to create more. So thanks Dehancer for that. I'm really grateful. And now I'm an ambassador for the brand, so I can give you, the audience, is a 10% discount code, which is linked in the description. And also, the Dehancer Pro is quite pricey for a beginner. But as I say, I'm gonna talk about a certain amount of effect here that you can also get in the Dehancer Lite version. And except there's like one effect maybe that they don't have in the Lite version, that is called halation. But as I say, and I'll explain later, we're not making a movie here, we are on YouTube. So I think that would be more than enough for the majority of people watching this video.
Now let's jump in and start with film stock. I'll be using already converted Rec 709 footage for this demo. As I'm using a Fuji camera, my preference is for the Fujifilm stock profile. But you have about 63 of them in the plugin, even in the light version, so just use the one that fits the most to your style. Here are some examples in different scenarios. One thing to note is that if you have night footage, the best film stock will be the one that ends with a T, which stands for tungsten light. In that case, I didn't find anything for Fuji, so I would suggest using Kodak Vision 200 or 500T. Such a beautiful stock that is. Then you have film print. This is like the final look spicing up the footage. Most films were printed on the infamous Kodak 2383. It is recommended to print on the same brand as the stock, but you can experiment if you want. I personally adore the look and warmth of Kodak.
Talking of warmth, why don't you give me a bit of warmth and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video. Thank you!
After that, we move to film grain. I personally don't like to use it on videos, or just a little bit of it. You can actually use the preset from Dehancer. You can also customize the amount of grain or just keep it clean, which I prefer.
On the topic of grain, I do like grains on pictures, so to give it like this filmic look. So the good thing about Dehancer, they also have like a phone app on iOS and Android that you can download, and so you can actually grade your footage on the go, pictures or videos that you get from your iPhone. So put a comment down below if you're interested in me in reviewing that, because I think I'm doing the next review on the app because I've been enjoying it when posting reels on Instagram and everything. So if you're interested, leave a comment below. And also another thing to note about grains on Dehancer, according to the expert, grain so the comparison on the grain between Dehancer and DaVinci is that DaVinci Resolve add the grain on top of the footage, while Dehancer already has baked the grain into the film stock. So they have a blog explaining like extensively what this formula is about. So I cannot go to the scientific explanation about that. But another thing also, like if you want to use grain, probably it's best to upload on other platform, because on YouTube, due to the compression, you won't be able to take the full advantage of it. And also, it takes a lot of power in the computer. So I would say like if you want to add it, just add a little bit or don't. The next effect we're talking about is halation. Hale-who? So halation is the glow that is created in high contrast area that you see sometimes in movies, like a film default, and people find it really cool. So let's have a look here.
So here is the overall effect, and then you can see on his face is getting a bit reddish, and I add bloom for it to exaggerate it. Photographers don't like purple fringing, but in video and filmmaking apparently that's the jam, so there we go. The last effect we are going to add is bloom, which is self-explanatory. Everyone on YouTube always raves about the Black Promise filters to soften and give a glow to those highlights. Well, if you don't want to spend money on it, here you have a post-production creative choice to add it on Dehancer, which of course is not free, but at least you have the choice to have it or not. This is how it looks in this still. Here you can see it on the lights. Dehancer has other effects for the most advanced filmmaker. You can add some film damage, you can add film breath, gate weave, and vignette, so the black bar around the picture. But the most important thing I find here is like you can save it as a lot when you find the look that you're looking for, which is pretty good. Also, if you don't have a spec'd out computer, you can make things really slow. So when you edit, use a proxy media and make these effects as subtle as possible. For my part, I have a MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro that threaded through it. But I know that is not the case for everyone, so just something to be aware of. So now, here is a little short film that I put together combining all these effects that I just spoke about. Enjoy it! Wow, that is beautiful. So there we go. That was my review of Dehancer for the 8-bit crew. Woohoo! It really has changed my workflow, made things a bit faster. So I'm sure that it will help you as well if you decide to purchase it.
And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, because it really helps with keeping sanity in managing this YouTube channel. And thanks for watching as always. Like, if you want to catch up on my travel content, it's up here. If you are more interested in photography, it's down here. And thanks for watching, and live inspired.